Hi everybody. I thought I would do a review of the Testors Color Shift Paints. So I've got a couple of bottles here. Here's the base coat, the gloss black, and then their Color Shift turquoise waters. And then the other one I have is purple sunrise. Okay. So I'm going to try spraying this with a airbrush, and the airbrush I'm going to use is my PS-290 Creos. It's got a 0.5 millimeter needle in it, so it's very large. I use this for lacquers and other things like that. It sprays very, very well, in case you were wondering. It does have the air adjustment on the back, so you can adjust the air this way, more paint and things like that. So we'll be using this airbrush for it. And then also I'm going to try thinning it with this Ultimate Airbrush Thinner, specifically formulated to work with all acrylic modeling paints. And from everything that I've seen about this so far, this is acrylic based. It cleans up with water. Once you actually spray this, it does take 24 hours to dry before you can spray the color shift paint over it. So there will be a 24-hour lag between me doing the first part of this video and then the second part when I start to actually spray the colors. And all I'm going to do is just kind of spray them over these spoons. So I've got two of them here, one for each color. Okay, so we'll do that. And yeah, let's give this a try. So I have a vortex mixer down underneath my desk. So I already shook this pretty well with that. Usually it works out pretty well. Let's see what happens here. Make sure, I haven't even opened these bottles yet, so I'm not even sure if there's a wasn't sure if there was a tab or something there. Let's just pour some of this out. So I'm going to try to do this on camera and around the camera so I can see what I'm doing. I don't want a whole lot. It's very thick. Look at that. Look how thick that is. Now it does say that this should be brushed on or use a sponge to apply this. But when I was looking at the website, it does look like you can do airbrushing. So we'll give it a shot, see what happens. So there's that. And let me grab a little toothpick here. And what we'll do is we'll start adding some of this ultimate thinner to it and see how we go. See how much it takes to thin this down. Just a few drops. Let's just see what happens here. And I'm doing this through watching myself through the phone. I'm recording this on, so you know it's a little awkward. So I apologize for that. But that's still really thick. Look at that. Okay, let's add a little more to it. Try that. That looks like a little bit better consistency for airbrushing. My airbrush will be set to about 20 psi for this, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that looks like a pretty, maybe a drop or two more. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna go set up my airbrush. I'll move the camera over to my airbrush booth and let's spray it and see what happens. Be back soon. Okay, we're back at my airbrush air station. So let's just see. There we go. All right, that's actually starting to come out. That was good. All right, so let's give it a try. White, nothing on there. Looks like it might be a little bit too much hair. Yeah. Let's grab a different spoon and see what happens. Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go grab 2 new spoons and try this. Okay, everybody, I'm back at my desk. So what I thought I would do, since they say that this can be brushed on, so I thought I would do that with this white spoon and crappy brush and just some of the gloss paint, the base coat. Let's just see how it turns out. Doing this on camera, so forgive me. And it also says that you can do the, probably have to do this in a couple coats. Almost looks like it can use a thinner or something too for this. Oops, sorry, put it on camera. So we'll see how this dries. Should brush coat it on. We'll see how that works. Okay, and then I'll brush coat one of the color shift paints over this too. But so there's that. Move this to the side. Take care of that. All right, so let's just see what the spoons. They've actually started to dry already. So this is the gloss black. So this was the first couple that I tried. All right, you can see there's like really, really big flakes in there. And I wasn't sure if that was meant, if there was like the air pressure was too large or anything. You know, too much air pressure or not enough. I tried adjusting the air on the back first before trying to either decrease the air compressor. So that was just me adjusting the air on the airbrush itself. But there are some really big flakes in that. Now, I ended up doing a couple of more, and what I ended up doing, these you didn't see me do. I did these at 15 psi. You really don't see the flakes all that much, although it does have, although you can kind of see a little bit. But this was at 15 psi. It's actually starting to kind of gloss over. And this is only within the last 15 minutes. Okay, so this was all in the same time frame. Okay, it looks like it's starting to dry up pretty well. This was at 25 psi. You see there was definitely something on the spoon. And then I did these two, which you saw in the video, at 30. Definitely something on these spoons. They did not take very well, did they? So we'll see. Right now, the two better ones, two best are these at the 15 psi. Again, there was no primer on these spoons. This is directly over the basic, just a plain spoon, right? So I just sprayed it over that, no primer. So maybe what we'll do is we'll try the color shift test on these two spoons just to see how that works. And we'll go from there. So give these a break for 24 hours, let's see how they dry up. And then, yeah, we'll spray the color shift paint over those. So I'll see you in about a day or so. Bye. Hi, everybody. So I am going to finish up my experiment with the Testors Color Shift Paint. And what I want to show you is a couple of things just to remind you what I've done already. So I used the Testors Gloss Coat Black. Okay, this is over an unprimed spoon. So there's their gloss. Okay, and I did it on 2 spoons since I got 2 colors, just so we can test it and see how it works. Okay, and then also I did a Tamiya Gloss Black. You can really see the difference between the two. You know, so here's the Testors, this is the Tamiya Gloss, and obviously I did 2 spoons like that. Okay. So I'm going to spray the colors over that, but I also wanted to show you. So I did brush on some of this Testors Gloss Black onto the spoon. You can see it definitely did not dry flat. You can see the brush strokes in there, and that was after putting a second coat on top of it as well. And then there was something either on the spoon or something on here, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if it was the paint or whatnot. But right now I'm not liking the gloss black that they provide for this. We'll have to see what happens with the Tamiya Gloss Black, and we'll go from there. But I wanted to show you real quickly what we have here. So this color is Turquoise Waters, and I have not thinned this yet to go into my airbrush, but that's what it comes out like. And then this one is the Purple Sunrise, and it also comes out of the bottle looking the same. And I spent some time really shaking this stuff up. I used my little vortex mixer, and then I shook it by hand, and it didn't really change anything. So I'm kind of hoping this is actually stirred up enough or shooken up enough. And then I'm going to use the Ultimate Airbrush Thinner to thin it down. And then I'll go to my airbrush station and airbrush booth. Sorry, folks. My airbrush booth, and try it out on the 4 spoons. So we'll see what happens, okay? I'm not going to record that part of it because I realized that when I tried to do it spraying these spoons, it didn't work out very well. I don't have a really good setup to do that yet, so I'm just going to do it, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what the results look like, okay? All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, I'm back. All right, so probably didn't seem too long, but it was actually about 20 minutes. So again, here's the Color Shift Paint from Testors. This is the Turquoise Waters. So the first one I'm going to show you is it over the Testors Gloss Coat. All right. This actually sprayed really, really well. Once I had to go back and kind of adjust the amount of thinner to paint and just get a good ratio. And it looks like it's about 40% thinner to paint. And using about 20 PSI with my really large bore airbrush. So that 0.5 millimeter airbrush at 20 PSI really worked. I think this actually sprayed really well. This is 2 coats. There's no clear on top of this. This is just the paint. Now here is the same paint over the Tamiya Gloss Black. Okay, same color. You can kind of see a little bit of the shift. The lighting in here probably isn't the best for this. Probably look a little bit better outside maybe. You can kind of see a little bit of a color shift in there. But here's the two of them together. The Tamiya Gloss Black is much more vivid. I mean, it definitely has a better shine to it and everything else. So there's that one. Okay, and then this one again was the Purple Sunrise. Here it is over the Testors Gloss. Again, same ratio, thinner about 40%, and then 20 psi through the airbrush. And here it is with the Tamiya Gloss, and I think it's much better with that. I mean, look at that color. That is absolutely wonderful. I'll show you both of them together. The Tamiya Gloss and this color looks beautiful. I mean, look at that. I mean, hands down. Much, much better. And if you can hear my daughter screaming in the background, it's because she's playing her Xbox with some computer game, and she's killing her friends. So, sorry about that. But look at that. Look at that color. Okay. So, again, let me just show you both of these. Here's the gloss, the Tamiya Gloss. This is that turquoise waters. I think with the Tamiya Gloss Black on there, I think that's much better. I actually have the Splash 2K Black, and I'm sure that would probably look really good over that. Also, just a word of warning to any of you that decide to use this. If you go to clean your airbrush after using some of this stuff, the flakes in this are huge. And doing the traditional cleaning of like a normal acrylic airbrush cleaner and water and all that kind of stuff took forever the first time. I ended up trying my lacquer thinner, which I use when I'm using the splash paints or even my Tamiya colors and stuff like that, to clean my airbrush. And 2 passes with the thinner and the airbrush was clean. Okay, so if you're going to use this paint, I would use a lacquer thinner to run through the airbrush to clean it. It went much faster than doing it kind of the traditional way of using the acrylic airbrush cleaner and water and all that kind of fun stuff. It took care of it. Hands down, was much faster. And I did brush some of this onto this spoon. It's still kind of drying, but yeah. I would airbrush it. I wouldn't brush it on. It doesn't look very good, to be honest with you. So there's that. Anyway, so I hope you like this, guys. Let me know what you like. Hands down, I'm going with the Tamiya Gloss. I think that's a richer, deeper color, to be honest with you. Let me know what you think. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll have a couple of more videos probably this week. This is my short weekend. I go back to work on Saturday, so this is my short week. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you'll have a pleasant week, and I'll talk to you next time. Oh, and thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate it, and keep the comments going. I'm really enjoying the conversations, everybody. I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye.